And we're off, everybody. Welcome to this one. This is going to be me going through the actual NHL Montreal Canadiens team. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky. 50 goals for Caulfield, 100 plus points for Zuki, 30 plus goals for Slavkovsky. Second line is where the changes really hit. Evans down, Kapanen up to the second line. Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov. The reason why I want that line back together is before the Newhook injury in Dallas. That was the best offensive line in terms of production underneath the, Caulfield, Slavkovsky, Suzuki line. It was the second in command in terms of offense. Third line is where I'd like to make more changes. Texier, Deneau, Anderson. So I'd like to move Doc up, Anderson down, Bolduc up, Texier down, where we go Bolduc, Deneau, Doc. Then we do Texier, Evans, Anderson. Because the fourth line is built for physicality or players willing to play that physical archetype. We don't have size in this team, as we can see. Like, the only players I can consider sizable would be Anderson, Doc, Texier, Bolduc for offense. Doc is fragile. We know that. He's not really the most physical player when he wants to be. If he can find a way to gain his confidence physically, he'd be a 10 times better player. He'd be getting way better opportunities on and off the puck. Again, Kapanen up for Evans. It's pretty self-explanatory. Evans is one of the best defensive centers in the league, alongside Deneau. And Kapanen's better offensively when he's got a winger like Demidov, 6'1", 190, and then Newhook with his speed. Kapanen can make passes to both of them in stride, or he can make a seam pass, stretch pass to Demidov. Demidov can use his edge work and his control to find an opening, whether it be an inch, whether it be 5 inches. It doesn't matter. He's going to get the puck on the backhand to Newhook, one-timer across, most likely a goal. Or he waits for Kapanen to play F3. He strolls down the middle. Demidov does the same thing, uses his edge work to find Kapanen down the throat of the goaltender and score. Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Goulet, Carrier. The changes I would like to make here, very similar to the Morgan Riley situation with Matheson, where they're both number one defensemen. It's just they're missing the confidence they used to have offensively or defensively in some certain cases, as Habs fans know, with Matheson. In my opinion, for the first 10 games of the season, I'm not saying the whole season, I'm saying the first 10 games of the season, we move Matheson to the third line with Goulet. So we go Matheson, Goulet on this third pairing to give Matheson the time with the less pressure, maybe power play 2, penalty kill 1, give him less pressure to develop what kind of player he wants to be that season. I'm not saying the whole season, I'm only saying 10 games. Then, the first line would be Hudson, Dobson. The second line would be Struble and, in my opinion, Xhekaj. But I'd keep, Perrier was a great player. It's just systematically, I'd like either Struble and Xhekaj or Struble and Goulet on this second line as a shutdown archetype for both of them. Then goaltending, we've got Dobej and Fowler. Dobej showed last year to every Habs fan and every hockey fan of the Atlantic that he is a 60-plus game goaltender. He went into the season expecting, 25, 35 games at max. Then 3 months into the season, we find out that Montembeault has lost his confidence. I'm not, destroying Montembeault. I'm not hurting him. I'm not, saying any really bad things about him. I'm just saying that he lost his confidence. He lost his ability to track the play. He lost his confidence in terms of squaring up to shooters. He lost tracking of the puck when it came to screenplays. Every goaltender has those moments where they can't track the puck in an instance and the puck goes in. But for Montembeault, unfortunately, it was every night consistently that he played. He would lose a puck or two that would end up losing us the game. Again, not blaming him fully. The team was questionable offensively and defensively for the first 3 months of the year. Again, Fowler, he's not going anywhere. He's not being sent down. I just don't see management sending him down after the productive, backup role he played. Again, Montembeault's in the same situation that Jake Allen was during the Allen, Montembeault, Primo era of the goaltending three-peat in this team. Montembeault is the new Allen, kind of looking in at the defensive core, kind of building on top of the goaltending core, solidifying. As a role player, I wouldn't mind having Montembeault in terms of he plays maybe 15 games of the year. He plays the more, solid goaltending requirements, the weaker teams, in my opinion. Not going to name names of teams because there's no real quote unquote weak teams. It's just statistically weak teams, not physically weak teams. Again, Berard, very good pickup. I believe it was the trade with William Trudeau that got us Berard. He's signed for $850 a year for 1 year. He'll be an RFA at the end of the season. Hopefully, we can continue to keep him on if he plays well in this trial run. Nothing's wrong with giving him for a year. Xhekaj, RFA. Hopefully, we get pen to paper with him. He's a very strong part of this team. If we can't agree on a term fast, I'd hope that before the season starts, we get him moved somewhere for retention of assets. Maybe a low-end winger, low-end defenseman, maybe even a low-end goaltending prospect or a pick for draft capital. Moving on to the special teams. Power play 1, Demidov, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, Caulfield, Hudson. One change I would like to make is move Demidov to the back end, Caulfield to the wing, mainly because Demidov and Hudson have already proven it to us that they can play well off of each other in terms of movement and edge work. The amount of times I saw Demidov feed Hudson for one-timers or vice versa, where they find each other through cross seams or just perfectly timed passes and deception with their movement and their edge work. Obviously, Caulfield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky is self-explanatory with original up, not here. Like, they're a good trio together when they're constantly moving, and a power play gives you that man advantage, obviously. So you have an extra way of movement, and they like to play the puck in motion. It's pretty simple. It's pretty, evident if you watch more than 10 games of them a year. They love to move the puck. They love to play in motion, and they love to find those cross-seam passes for high-danger chances. Penalty kill 1, Evans, Anderson, Matheson, Carrier. Nothing really there I'd like to change. Let's move to power play number 2. Doc, Newhook, Bolduc, Texier, Dobson. This one is where if Doc can't find his offensive groove early on in the season, I'd put Kapanen instead of Doc. And same goes for Texier. If he can't find his way, I'd say we put Evans. I'd say we put Evans. If either Texier or Doc can't find their way, we go Kapanen and Evans. Penalty kill 2. There's nothing really here I'd like to change. Newhook, Danault, Gouli, and Dobson. If I had to choose to change on penalty kill 2, I'd take Newhook off and we add maybe Slafkovsky for a little bit of size, because you can catch them on a fast break and be gone. Again, it's just simple things, my brain. Anyways, moving on to the minors. We've got Poulin, Engstrom, Kakkonen, Belzile, Zuber, McCown, Walsh, Beck, Reinbacher, Florian Xhekaj, Bryce Pickford, Jared Davidson, Owen Protz, Lucas Kendata, Luke Mittelstadt, Pustashov, I don't know how to say his name properly, do forgive me, Samson, Majar, Thorpe, Roher. Honestly, Kakkonen at 29 years of age, if he proves himself this year, I'd be more inclined to keep him. I'm someone who watches all, Laval and Canadiens games, Laval Rocket and Montreal Canadiens games. So I know these guys like the back of my hand. I watched the NCAA last year because of McKenna, because of Mittelstadt actually too, and Michael Hayes. So I watched the National League with Roher. Very, very strong season he had. I followed Hunter McCown. That was funny. Like, I was happy when we picked him up because he was playing really well. He was just struggling with the line pair that he had in Columbus, I believe is where he came from. Again, at this point, Belzile, as much as I love him, loved watching him his entire time he spent in Montreal and Laval. 34, if he doesn't have a good season, we might look at moving him the trade deadline. If not, we just choose not to re-sign him at the end of the year. It sucks to say that, but like with the guys we're bringing in, Michael Hayes will be here soon. Zarovsky will be here soon. Pugachev, I cannot say his name for my life. Gleb will be here soon. We've got guys that are in the KHL or in the MHL in Russia that are approaching the end of their contracts, looking to jump ship overseas. And with a guy like Belzile, a guy like Vendata, 28 years old Kandata, and 34-year-old Belzil, 27-year-old Walsh, and then if we go down, we've obviously got some more players here like Timothy Runstow, Cleaves, Radkov needs to be in the question. Zarovsky, obviously. Klemke, I think that's how you say his name. Vasquez, again, I don't really know how to say his name properly. Papanegas, everybody knows him. Sobolev is good. Volkanen is good. Adus Koivu, I'd love to see him in the AHL, the NHL eventually. His father, Saku, was unbelievable for this franchise in the short time we had him. I just want to see him succeed. I love his game. I love how he's played and developed in Finland. I just wish he would be able to make the jump. Carlos Handel, very, very, very good player in the QJMHL now, I believe. Yes, with the Mooseheads. Alex Cornwallier, obviously, great player. Sawyer, Vieg, Croteau, McNeil. I haven't seen much of Smith. I saw a lot of LJ Mooney last year, and this year with the NCAA, University of Mini. Harris is very good. I've watched one or two of his games over the last year or so. Again, Merrill, very good. Erickson, very good. Royston, I want to see more out of him. I mean, that's about it. Other than that, the team looks okay. The stuff that I mentioned, could use some work. But again, have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.